James chapter 1 verse 5 says, if any of you lack wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. So that when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. So that person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Such a person is double-minded and unstable in all they do. So the person that I want us to talk about today is Queen Esther. When I read about Queen Esther, the wisdom that she displayed after she fasted is very fascinating to me. When she said, if I perish, I perish, and then she went into the king's court, and the king basically granted her access, and she found favor in the king's eyes. And she asked the king to come to a banquet. Like, I felt that if it was somebody else, if it wasn't wisdom from above and it was somebody else, the person would have talked about Haman right there and then, because they have gotten favor from the king. But Queen Esther rather invited the king to come and eat, to come and feast. What was also interesting was when he invited the king and also Haman to come, and the king asked her what is her request, and the king basically said that even if you want half of my kingdom, I will give to you. I'm just like, okay, because maybe if it was me and the king said, if you want half of my kingdom, I'll give it to you, I'll be like, okay, like, yes, please, like, please give me half of your kingdom. And, I will ask, or I will talk about Haman or something like that. Or I'll be like, oh, if I get half of the kingdom, maybe my people can live in the kingdom, like different things and stories that we can make up. But that was not what she was after, and that was not what she said, but she rather made the king know what was going on and how Haman wanted to get her people killed. I just love the way she went about it. She went about it with so much wisdom, so much grace, so much knowledge, and I was just amazed at just how everything played out and how she handled herself, and how at the end, whatever she wanted was what came to pass. And yes, like, I don't know, that story, when I read, I just see wisdom and God's wisdom all over it because of how she handled herself. Story of David. I love how David went about with Saul, how God was with him. He was using the wisdom of God. There is no way, no how David acted the way he acted with Saul if he didn't have the wisdom from above. And even Saul knew that God was with David because of how David acted, how even David would come to his house and he tried to kill David, and how David not only once but twice would had the chance to kill Saul. If it was somebody else, right, and they saw King Saul sleeping, they would be like, okay, God has given me my enemy, right, and we'll go ahead and kill Saul, because Saul wanted to kill David. But David just gave Saul that respect, just gave Saul that chance, just acted with wisdom to the extent that he didn't kill Saul. And what was interesting to me, that if you killed Saul or you killed any of Saul's children or his family, and you came to tell David looking for a reward or looking for favor in his eyes, you would rather get killed, because he just understood. He understood the anointing, and he understood and worked with God and walked in a wisdom that is only and can only be from God.